how receptors in your body absorbing nutrients are like thoughts you think. So, let's talk about iron. There are people who are iron deficient, and sometimes we're given vitamins or different supplements. But when I had iron deficiency, what the doctors did not tell me, or the nurses, or whoever was giving me directives, was I need to take that iron 2 hours, preferably before or after I eat dairy, eggs, drink anything with tannins, so coffee, tea, what else? Legumes or grain. Okay, why? Because the same receptors are for those things, the nutrients in those things, and for iron. And those other things will bully the iron. They are more dominant than the iron. The iron will always take a back seat to those things. How does that have to do with my thoughts, Brandy? All right. Before you go out into the world that tells you you're not smart enough, you're not weird enough, you're not beautiful enough, you're too fat, you're too thin, you need these genes, take this supplement. Before you go out and your receptors are accepting an identity from all of these other things, it is wise for you to take the supplement of what you actually want to be your guiding star, light, post, anchor, call it whatever you want. So, in the mornings, before, now sometimes I wake up and my mind is already racing about how I'm letting people down. I'm not weird enough. People don't want what I have. I'm jacking it all up at work. I'm so tired of being a disappointment and disappointing other people and being disappointed, right? Sometimes my eyes will open to that thought already happening, and then I will do a pattern interrupt. I will clap. And then I will get down to the business of the supplement that I want. And look, babe, it's like brushing my teeth. If I want health, I need to do it at least once a day. This supplementing my thoughts. Here's what I know to be true. And here, look. There are a lot of folks who have a problem with God. Really what their problem is, I won't tell you what their problem is. What my problem was the people who misrepresented God. Were the people who wanted to tell me about all the rules of God, but didn't actually take the time to let me know. On purpose, I was created by their hands, created in their image for delightful things, not just for the work of saving the people on the world, because that was never my job. My job first was to be the daughter. My job first is to be the one who is loved. My job first is to remember that I was created purposefully, miraculously, with an identity given to me and me alone that is woven in my DNA, woven in me, in my mother's womb, no matter what any other human says about me. The universe didn't give that to me, babe. The cosmos in the thing that directs my life. That's like thanking my wallet and praising my wallet because it holds the debit card that lets me get gas for my car. The The universe ain't the thing, babe. Not for me. I was created by the Creator. Created. Let us make them in our image. They didn't say, let there be the people. And they didn't say, let the earth bring forth the people. No. They created me, breathed life into the dust of the earth that I'm created with and from and of purposefully. And this is the supplement that I choose every day to put my eyes back on, because the world is loud. Because there's a voice that slips into my head that wants to remind me of how I can't, how I'm not, how someone else is, who do you think you are? Have you met yourself? But that voice is a bully voice. And what I need is my receptors to be sensitive to what I want to absorb. The truth of me, who I am, who I was created to be, out of love, for love, not so I could slog through this world until the Lord and I could suffer until heaven. No. So I could live powerfully now. And I get to look and see that everyone who came before me, who was the beloved of God, had some pretty shitty times in their life. And none of that meant they weren't the beloved. None of it. None of it. And you, in your time right now that feels hard and gross, and you feel tossed around, and you're listening to the words of all the other bully voices because they're loud, there's another option, babe. To receive the truth of being loved. And maybe you don't know what that feels like, but you can imagine. What does it feel like to be wrapped up in an embrace that isn't asking you to reciprocate? It just pours itself on you. You can imagine it. Of course you can. Look at all the awful that you can imagine. You can turn your beautiful imagination to what it feels like when the sun is warm on your face. When you bury your nose in a kitten or a puppy or a critter. Even a ferret with their ferrety ferret smells, or a baby's hair. You can imagine those things. You can learn how to shift how you hear and what you hear and what you're looking at, from the loud to the still deepness of how truly you are loved beyond measure, my love.